Hey, I'm Jean-Jacques Rivet, Global Product Manager for Can-Am Side-by-Side, and here with me is Jonathan Asselin-Frenette, our accessory specialist. There's so much cool stuff happening with the Can-Am Maverick X3 lineup for model year 22. We know you expect ruggedness, reliability, and high performance from your Maverick X3, and we're raising the bar again this year, giving you more of what you want and need for those days of off-road living in the dunes, desert, and trails. Now more than ever, the Maverick X3 is purpose-built for anything. Tougher, faster, and more performant, ready to take as much adventure as you can dish out. And one of the biggest changes fueling this upgrade is more power, like 200 horsepower. That's the size of the heart you'll find beating in all turbo RR engines for model year 22. And Can-Am is proud to break the 200 HP barrier. A new engine control unit calibration and P-drive roller primary will help draw every bit of power out of those 200 horses. This innovative clutch with torque transfer through rollers really changes the whole dynamic response, resulting in quicker acceleration and instant power all the time. Vehicle performance maintenance intervals go up, noise and vehicle harshness go down. Win-win for everybody. The turbo RR engines are also getting a new belt monitoring system to indicate belt housing temperature and increase your belt's longevity. We've also simplified the power lineup this year to offer riders two great options to choose from. The DS Turbo delivers a solid 120 horsepower, while the Turbo RR, as well as all other models in the lineup, including the 64-inch XRC and XMR, have been jacked up to 200 horsepower. And that's just for starters. We learn a lot through our racing experience, and by listening to our customers, who we've seen customizing their Maverick X3s more and more, as a result, we've increased the cage tubing thickness on all Maverick X3s by almost 30% to deliver 13% more torsional rigidity for even more precise handling.
Speaking of customization, a big part of making your Maverick X3 your own is accessorizing it, just the way you want it to fit your riding style and your destination. Even with the new thicker cage tubing that's been added this year, all your favorite Maverick X3 accessories will still fit perfectly. From electric windshields to vented roofs and more, all our accessories are developed at the same time as the vehicle itself to ensure perfect fit and seamless integration.
Thanks for the sneak peek, Jonathan. I'll share a bit more now about how we're beefing up the vehicle itself. Many models in the Maverick X3 lineup are getting a new rear lower link for increased bulking capacity. Also helping to increase the bulking capacity is a new front lower A-arm on all 72-inch models, which will also help your Maverick X3 withstand the harshest riding conditions. And a new thicker rear toe plate combined with a redesigned double sheared rear knuckle will increase suspension durability. We're also happy to announce that we're bringing Smart Lock to the full lineup of Maverick X3s for 2022. As you may know by now, Smart Lock is the most advanced off-road front differential in the industry. It's fully lockable on the fly with 4 electronically controlled automatic modes that return maximum traction in every condition from sand to rock to mud. And it never hurts to have more traction and control in those harsh conditions, as well as better puncture resistance and durability. So we've put the DS, RS, XDS, and XRS on fierce-looking new Maxxis Carnivore tires. And you'll be happy to know that we've made your life easier by standardizing tire size between the front and the rear. You'll find the 30-inch version of these new beefy tires on all DS engine options, as well as on the RS and XDS Turbo RR. And when it comes to the XRS, bigger is better, so you can look forward to riding on 32-inch tires there. Now let's take a look at Maverick X3 DS Turbo, the one that delivers loads of value and all the thrills with no compromise. The DS Turbo gets even tougher in 2022 thanks to new tires, a reinforced frame and suspension, higher ground clearance, increased traction, and more to take you to even more rebellious places. A Rotax turbo engine delivers a powerful 120 horsepower for solid performance, acceleration, and the kind of reliability that makes Rotax so exceptional. And like all DS and XDS vehicles, it includes a reinforced chassis, upgraded lower link and rear toe plate, as well as rear double shear knuckles for more precise handling and more durability. Jonathan, why don't you get into some of those accessories you mentioned earlier?
Sure thing, JJ. So for starters, we're updating the accessory aluminum doors for Maverick X3 this year. The added protection of a half door with a high aluminum panel creates a more comfortable environment for riders and passengers. And I'm sure you'll agree, having a handle on both the inside and the outside makes it easier to get in and out of the vehicle. A nice update to these doors for model year 22 is the smooth black finish that will make it easier to wrap the doors for a customized look. Lower door panels are also a great option, as they add protection as well as help keep out a lot of the dust and debris we know you're going to get into out there. Then you can even take it a step further by adding a half windshield, which is one of the most popular accessories with our ambassadors. It's nice and compact, and with the Maverick X3, it really helps minimize the amount of dust and stuff that can infiltrate your vehicle while you're ripping up the trails.
Yeah, and with the 20-inch suspension travel, you can go ahead and take the big bumps at high speed with no worries. Speaking of bumps, Fox 2.5 Podium QS3 piggyback shocks let you adjust easily for any type of terrain. With just the flick of a lever, you can take your DS Turbo from cruiser to sport up to hardcore big bump mode. And of course, as mentioned, you'll find the DS Turbo with Smart Lock front diff and sitting on 30-inch Maxxis Carnivore tires.
Yeah, let's talk about tires. Our riders really like to push the limit of their Maverick X3, so a spare tire is usually one of the first things they add on. And the new 30-inch spare tire fits perfectly on the Link pivoting rack. If you want to bring more stuff along for the ride, there's space to attach additional Link cargo under the pivoting rack. When you're deep in the dust, you're going to want the Link Audio Deluxe bag along for the ride. The Velcro closure keeps the content clean, and there's enough capacity to store 3 full-face helmets in it, so you'll have plenty of room for all your gear.
Now, when you're rock crawling, ground clearance isn't something you want to worry about. So we've boosted the clearance on the DS Turbo to take you over big boulders, logs, or whatever's in your path. This was made possible with the new suspension calibration on all 64-inch wide packages. All in all, for riders who love to take on the trails or who are maybe just buying their first side-by-side, the DS Turbo is a great value vehicle that delivers the full Maverick X3 experience with no compromise. Now let's shift gears and check out the Maverick X3 XRS Turbo RR with Smart Shocks. Grab some friends and get ready to charge to the front of the pack, because with loads of upgrades and an awesome new color, this is the adrenaline driver of the model year 22 Maverick X3 lineup. And it all starts with that big new 200 horsepower Turbo RR engine with P-Drive, delivering more traction, better upshift, and better acceleration to take just about any adventure you can think of and need it for breakfast. You'll also find the 850-watt magneto on all Turbo RR engines to give you the electrical power output you need everywhere you need it. It's super practical if you're running additional lights, your winch, the audio system, or all of the above.
Speaking of audio systems, another power increase we've seen on Maverick X3 in recent years has to do with decibels. Along with all the other vehicle upgrades you've seen so far, we're also updating the audio roof and making it the life of the party with a new flip kit. Now the next time you and your friends are deep in the dunes and want to stop for a break, simply flip up the roof for an instant sound system to make the moment even more memorable. When you're ready to flip up, simply unlatch the roof, then just start pushing it upwards. The 2 cylinders will take over and do all the heavy lifting for you. The hinge at the front lets you pivot the roof forward so everyone behind you can clearly hear the music. With those 8-inch speakers, especially if you add in the subwoofer and the amplifier, you can basically host your very own music festival. And if you're dancing after the sun goes down, the LED lighting around the speakers will add to the show. When it's time to ride again, simply pull the roof back down, secure it with the easy-to-use latches, and you're ready to go. The flip kit can be installed with an updated audio roof for the 2-up and the existing Max version. So no matter if you ride 2-up or 4-up, Can-Am has your soundtrack covered. So that covers the flip. But what about the grip, JJ?
Yeah, we've got our riders covered there too. Smart Lock technology gets you wherever you want to go with full grip and no slip, whether it's over sand, mud, rock, or trails. Then to further enhance the Maverick X3 next level handling and revolutionary performance, we installed Fox 3.0 podium shocks with bypass. And of course, we gotta talk about Smart Shocks. Smart Shocks technology is the most advanced suspension ever fitted to Can-Am for unmatched speed over any terrain. It features a DDA valve, an industry-first instant self-adjusting compression and rebound semi-active suspension technology with multi-mode. So the toughest terrain will feel like a walk in the park. And like all RS and XRS, the model year 22 Maverick X3 XRS Turbo RR with Smart Shocks includes a reinforced chassis, upgraded lower link, rear trailing arm, and rear toe plate. Rear double shear knuckles for more precise handling and more durability, plus new front lower A-arm for increased bulking capacity. And it's all sitting on new 32-inch Maxxis Carnivore tires with 14-inch aluminum beadlock wheels. To really put you in the driver's seat, a 7.6-inch digital display with keypad puts vehicle information and controls at your fingertips and is readable in all conditions. Then when things get wild, a 4-point harness with shoulder pads keeps you safe and comfortable. Plus full roof and HMW PE full skid plates deliver increased protection.
We're always looking for ways to bring the rider experience to the next level, and sometimes small details can make the whole difference. Some of our accessories are designed to make things easier for when you're strapped in that 4-point harness. For starters, you have even more visibility with the Rally mirrors. These compact mirrors feature a convex lens to give the rider a wider field of view, which is helpful when you're riding with friends. And since you'll be powered by 200 horses, chances are they'll all be in the rear mirror anyways. When you're buckled in and want to hydrate, or if you simply want to keep your essentials close by, the interior bag gives you some additional in-cab storage, and it installs in seconds by clipping in the middle panel. Adding to those next level rider experience, I have to talk about the Link system, which is the simplest and most efficient way you can load up your Maverick X3. The quarter turn functionality allows you to install and remove accessories in seconds. You can pack the cooler with all the beverages you need for a whole day of riding, and thanks to the superior insulation, you know you'll have cold drinks and ice for the whole day. Just slide it into place on the rear of the vehicle, turn the 2 levers, and you're ready to ride. As simple as that.
And to top it all off, a Can-Am LED signature adds that little extra flash. With the upgrades we've made to the Maverick X3 XRS Turbo RR with Smart Shocks for 2022, peak performance just hit new heights. So now you can see how our Maverick X3 lineup is ready to elevate the moment. With all these enhancements for model year 22, you don't need to hold back. So get out there and tear up any terrain that comes your way and push the limits of your off-road living. Visit canamoffroad.com or your local dealer for more information.
And we'll see you out there.